absolutely love project-based learning.
Makes you work a lot harder.
I love it. I am passionate about what I do. I do believe we're making a difference in the school.
I think the difference that it's going to make is helping young people in these schools to see how what they're learning connects to the real world, why they should engage, how it might help them to develop a future career and the kind of skills they'll need for the rest of their lives.
3 schools on Tyneside are the focus of Edge Future Learning. There's Excelsior Academy in Scotswood, a large, diverse school in an area with deep-rooted challenges economically. There's Norham High School in North Shields, and close by, its sister school, Churchill Community College. Since September, students across the schools have been working on projects to try to solve challenging, real-life problems.
And you need to really think about what your design was going to look like and how you can transform that design into a physical model.
At Excelsior, Year 7 spend 3 hours every Wednesday on their projects. In tech, they're looking at sustainability and how to save electricity. They work in small teams to come up with their own inventions.
We're making the dance floor, and when you walk on it and dance on it, it gains electricity, so it saves electricity.
It's much better than in a classroom because you're learning more, because you're having fun, so you're enjoying it, so you remember it more.
I look forward to doing this lesson, so I remember everything that I do in it. My dad asked what I've done today. I can just say, well, I've learned new other things as well as just sitting in a classroom listening to the teacher.
Across the corridor, another class is tackling homelessness. Today, they're writing to local cafes for leftover food and asking for donations of clothes and tents for homeless people over the winter.
Make the writing more bigger. No, make it a different font and a different colour. Move that a bit more to the left.
The question we are answering is how can we ensure safe, affordable and adequate housing? And the question comes from the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 11. I really like the fact that we get to work as a team because the lessons we just write in our books, but this one we get to talk together.
For us, it was really important that we had a way of tracking the progress within project-based learning. So for our school, we've developed an assessment system which tracks progress of students through things like collaboration, oracy, speaking and listening skills, inventive ideas, problem-solving techniques. So we've got a wide range of assessment that students are working against and that teachers are tracking so that we can see that students are making progress.
On those days, the project-based learning takes place, attendance is excellent. Behaviour events that are logged are lower on those mornings, and it really is having an impact on student engagement.
The second thing you need to do is a poster.
Meanwhile, at Churchill School, a PhD student from Newcastle University is running a computer science project with Year 8. The challenge is to solve a real-life problem at their own school.
And then that really is how much electricity it conducts.
I'm trying to solve lunch queues, and by doing that, I'm putting a sensor in every classroom and putting an image on the whiteboard.
I feel like the tangible element really kind of helps level that playing field, and there's not an expectation that only boys should do computing. It's something that everybody can get involved in. That's my hope anyway.
I think you can make a massive difference in a few hours because those few hours are weekly, and in our example, they're stretched across a term. So it gives people time to embed skills, and crudely, it's a way of getting the message right through the rock.
So we've got to present our project to the university, and it can be scary just because if it doesn't work, it could be quite embarrassing.
And show us what we may not know at the moment. This is the aims of the day, as I say, just to review our journey.
Another aspect of Edge Future Learning is inviting the wider community to come together with staff and students to work out what skills school leavers will need in the future. This collaboration with employers and beyond ensures the project is accountable to the community. The work in Tyneside is inspired by an American model, which Edge saw in practice in Nashville.
So this is my 49th year in education, and I've never seen anything work as magically as this can if you implement it with fidelity. So that means you bring all these voices to the table, you find out what it needs to be, You write a plan around it. So this is a tried and true process. You let it, we're going to talk about the leaver profile. So everything we do, we're going to look through that lens. So, you know, you've just got to think out of the box. So I am thrilled. I mean, this is my 4th time to get to come over here. I know I have an accent, but guess what? Y'all do too. It's just different. It's just a different accent.
So we're trying to pull out kind of everybody's collective voice. So not just the school having a direct responsibility for what the students look like when they leave us. Also looking at kind of, well, what are they looking for once they leave, and how can we all fit into that?
I think that we are bringing education and business and industry closer together. That's the, you know, one of the ultimate goals. But you can bring the two together and not have impact. So it's about making sure that we know why we're bringing them together.
Not everything about Edge Future Learning happens in school time. Tonight, on a cold but clear Newcastle evening, the whole community, parents included, has been invited to come and hear how the project is progressing. Sama and her classmates are talking in public for the first time.
I have learned how to work with a variety of people. I have learned how to deal with conflict and find strategies for issues as we work as a team.
Oh, it's a huge change. I can't see it. It's very clear for us because when we remember last year when she was still in primary school and now how she just changed that massive, big shift. She's doing very well.
Clearly, it's a big change, yeah.
And then you see how the kids are reacting to it. She's been doing it since September, and her confidence is just getting bigger, and yeah, she's really enjoying it. The knock-on effect from 3 hours for the project-based learning, it's unreal.
It also makes you feel like you're having an impact on the world and that you're more important than what other people think you are. So like really brings up like pride and stuff in people.
Within the schools that are already starting to develop this model, they know that this is part of kind of a longer period, 3 to 5 years, that we're committed to help them to develop this model. But we want to go further as well. So we want to start to think about how we can bring in other schools in the northeast and also other schools around the country who are already interested, already contacting us to find out more and see how they could get involved.
In Tyneside, staff are already planning their next projects as Edge Future Learning becomes embedded in the life of their schools.